The Harvest.
Greetings to you, dear Africa FM listeners. This is Imene Nouad with the latest news from across the continent and the world. The African Union condemns the deadly terrorist attack in Nigeria's Zamfara state, which leave more than 50 civilians killed and several kidnapped. The AU calls for their immediate release and stronger coordination to combat terrorism. The Nigerian army reports thwarting coordinated attacks and destroying logistical bases of armed groups as part of efforts to protect civilians. In a separate development, Nigeria wins a major arbitration case against European Dynamic UK, avoiding financial penalties estimated at more than $6 million. On the security still, Chad announces the closure of its border with Sudan until further notice due to repeated incursions by armed groups linked to the ongoing conflict. Authorities say humanitarian exemptions remain possible. In Somalia, the National Army launches an operation against militants from Al-Shabaab in the Middle Shabelle region. The offensive aims to dismantle their stronghold and restore stability in the nation. In diplomacy, at the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres warns of what he describes as a large-scale attack on human rights worldwide as he opens a Human Rights Council session in Geneva. He highlights the misuse of artificial intelligence as a tool for repression and discrimination. Widad Alawa is here with us here in the studio to delve more into it. Hello, Widad.
Hello, Iman.
Widad, what concrete step is Antonio Guterres calling for to prevent the misuse of artificial intelligence in human rights violations?
Yes, Iman, the world is witnessing a dangerous shift from the rule of law to what the UN chief calls the rule of force, with the human rights increasingly under attack across every region. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres warns that the rule of force was spreading as the powerful trample on international law and artificial intelligence and other technologies are attacking human rights, and the balance is titling away from law. He also states that human rights are under a full-scale attack around the world. And in his final address, Guterres declares that the worst conflict-hit areas were not only the places where rights were eroding. In a world defined by conflict and technology and shift in power, the defense of human dignity has become the defining challenge of our time. Back to you, Iman.
Thank you, Widad. Whereas the United Nations Security Council holds an open briefing today on the situation in Central African Republic, discussions focus on political process following December's general elections and progress in implementing the peace agreement. Humanitarian concerns rise in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where floods affect more than 2,500 households in Maniema province. School and health centers are damaged while fear grows over food shortage. On the economy, South Africa's Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana prepares to present the 2026 budget this week. Investors expect measures to stabilize debt amid improved revenues from rising exports. Meanwhile, gold prices climbed to a 3-week high, reinforcing its safe haven appeal. In technology, Africa is expected to triple its data center capacity by 2030, reaching 1.2 gigawatt as the continent seeks digital sovereignty. Experts stress that energy supplies remain the main challenge. In fencing, Algeria wins a total of 10 medals at the African Fencing Championship held in Dakar. The national cadet and junior teams secure 1 gold, 4 silver, and 5 bronze medals, confirming the country's strong presence on the continental stage. The only gold medal is won by Rouibat Umeima in the women's saber cadet event. And that is all we have now for The Harvest. Thank you for paying attention to the fullest. It was directed by Muad, Bab Ahmed, control board with Yusuf, streaming with Islam. And now we shift to our annex in Tamanrah. So enjoy our rest of the show for the day and Sahar Ramadankum.